mío.
Hi, my name is Derek. Welcome to the first episode of the book report.
So what books did we read this week, Darian?
We read Those is Big Ride, which we're going to read a little sooner in this episode.
What book is that called?
Sweet Potato Pies, which is going to be in a different episode.
And then what's the last book called?
May Among the Stars is going to be in.
And we're just gonna show them a sneak peek of that, right?
Yeah, we're going to show you a sneak peek of this.
So tell us, what is May Among the Stars about?
May Among the Stars is about, this is a little May. Little May wanted as a daydreamer, and they said daydreamers don't
Succeed?
exceed, but Little May is different.
So what did little May want to be when she grows up?
Actually not.
Well, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A lot of things, but I'll choose a job one day.
So you don't know what you want to be anymore?
I don't know what I want to be.
What are some ideas?
I have an idea to be a pastry chef, but policeman keeps fighting me over pastry chef.
Policeman, like that's an idea too? You might want to be a policeman as well?
Yeah, maybe I'll choose pastry chef.
Well, you probably can do both. You can be a pastry chef on the side when you're not being a police officer.
But if I had two jobs, but that's perfect because I can make more money.
True. So, little May wanted to be an astronaut, right? And who told her she couldn't be an astronaut?
Then her teacher.
What did her teacher say?
For a person like you should be a nurse.
She said she should be a nurse. And how did that make May feel?
Sad.
Well, what did May's mommy and daddy tell her?
If you can believe it and work hard for it, anything is not possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
And did May grow up to be an astronaut?
Okay. Yes.
Show them the picture. And do you know that May is a real person?
Yes.
Her name is Dr. Mae Jemison, and she was one of the first black women in space. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell us about sweet potato pie? What is sweet potato pie about?
It's about a little girl that that was doing her chores on that summer, and it started to and the potatoes were worse because they didn't have any crop.
They didn't have any crops. And so, because they didn't have any crops, what happened? What happened? Did their dad get a note from somewhere?
Yes, and it was from the bank.
And it said what? That they
didn't need to repay them from the money that they stole or borrowed.
The money that they borrowed. And so what did the little girl's mommy do?
They made sweet potato pies.
And they went, and so what did they do with the sweet potato pies?
They went to the fair.
And did what?
And sell them.
And did they make enough money to pay the bank back?
Yes.
So what was the lesson? That you worked together as a family, right?
Yes.
And they were able to save their what?
Farm.
Good job. And so what is the book that we're going to read at the end of this episode for everybody? What is it called?
Joseph's Big Ride.
It's upside down, Darian.
Oh, and this is he calls her this young lady Whoosh.
He calls her Whoosh. So what is Joseph's Big Ride about?
It's about It's about a little camp.
A little kid, and he was at a camp, right?
Yeah.
And then he came where?
To America, which he didn't like because he spelled different food than the food that
he was used to, right?
He was used to.
Okay.
But on the next.
So we're gonna read the story for everybody, right? So that they can learn about it.
Yes.
Joseph's Big Ride by Terry Farish. Art by Ken Daly. In the refugee camp where Joseph lived, he wanted one thing: to ride a bicycle. He watched a big boy named Daoud on his bike. He was as fast as a lion, as tall as the sky. "Let me ride," Joseph said, but his feet didn't reach the pedals. "Tomorrow, eh?" said Daoud. Joseph loved to help Daoud fix his bike. He fetched screwdrivers, twisted the handlebars, pumped when a tire went flat, and he waited for his legs to grow long. Every day, Daoud told him, "Tomorrow, eh?" But then Joseph and his mama traveled far from the camp. They did not walk, they did not pedal, they flew on an airplane all the way to America. Joseph did not forget the bicycle. In America, Mama and Joseph lived in an apartment. Joseph watches this new world out the window. He hears basketballs. Pat, tap, but tap. He sees streetlights instead of a sky full of stars. He smells new food that is not like his mother's lentil stew. One morning he shouts, "Mama, look!" Beside a railing is a small red bicycle. They both lean out the window. Joseph says, "On this bike, my feet would touch the pedals." But Mama hauls him back. "We must prepare. School is tomorrow." Joseph pictures the schoolroom the way it was at Kakuma, with 100 children, all shouting words the teacher writes on the blackboard. Here, he would not know the teacher. Here, he would not know the children. He would rather stay home with the bike. Mama has none of that. She marches Joseph out the door on the first day of school. On the way, they see a girl with a whoosh of big curly hair whirl past them on the red bicycle. "Are you going to my school?" Whoosh calls. She points, and he sees a building long like a river. But his mind is on the bike. He will go to school, he decides, because the bike is going there. In his class, Joseph did not find 100 children. He counts 1, 2, 3. When he gets to 18, he recognizes the hair. It's Whoosh. Through the window, he sees her bike. He is happy to see it and sits. At the end of the day, he races home behind it. At Joseph's apartment building, Whoosh drops the bicycle. She climbs backward up the stairs. She lives here too. "What's your name?" she calls. Joseph ignores her and kneels by the bike. "Tomorrow, eh?" He says the words Daoud told him. "I will ride you." "Tomorrow, hey?" Whoosh laughs. "Is that your name? I like that." He does not answer. He is thinking about how to get a ride on this bike. Joseph decides to give Whoosh something of great value in exchange for a ride. He draws a lion, sleek and fast. In the morning, he tucks it between the spokes of the small red bicycle. Then he watches. His turn is coming. Whoosh blasts down the stairs, spots the paper, and unrolls the lion. Joseph comes to claim his ride. Okay, she says. She flings her arms wide. We can be friends. Friends? Joseph is surprised. Whoosh gets on the bike, throws him a smile, waves the lion in the wind. I gave you the lion for a ride on, Joseph begins. Whoop! She is gone. He did not even get to touch the bike. Tomorrow, eh? Joseph says as he slowly walks to school. Joseph watches at the window. A new smell he likes. Pizza. West through the screen. He hears the basketball bounce on the blacktop. Boys are shooting hoops by streetlight. His mind, though, returns to the small red bike. The next day, Joseph waits in the bike's parking space, his bandana in his hand. Whoosh slides down the railing. Please, I want to ride the bike, he says. You may wear this. It holds your hair in the wind. I like my hair free, Whoosh says. Besides, my bike broke. A tree hit it. Broke, he says. Wanna see? Joseph follows her to the tool shed. His mouth is an O of wonder at so many tools. The bike is twisted and bent. His heart is racing. He has seen bikes worse than this. His hands itch to pick up a tool. I have fixed bikes, he says. He looks at Whoosh. She shrugs. He picks up a wrench, remembers how to loosen a bolt, holds tight to the handlebars, gives them a tug so they face frontward. It is beautiful, this bike. The seat, the pedals, the spokes. He straightens the fender, presses the pump on the valve, pushes air in the tire. With his bandana, he shines the bike's red body. Oh, Whoosh sings, you fixed it. Joseph's chest sparks with pride. Want a ride, she says. He grabs the handlebars, wheels the bike out. It is happening. He sweeps his leg over the seat. His foot finds the pedal as he rolls fast down a slope. He swerves to avoid a tree. The bike dumps him. Those trees, Whoosh says. Joseph gets up, mortified. He doesn't know how to ride a bike. He swings his leg over the top again, pushes the pedal down, falls, gets back on, crashes again and again. Then he is pedaling. He makes it as far as the sidewalk. Then he balances all the way down the slope. Now he feels the rhythm of the bike. He leans back and laughs. This is how Daou must have felt when he rode his bike in the camp. He sees Whoosh jumping up and down. I am riding, Whoosh, he shouts. You call me Whoosh? She shouts back. Not as funny as tomorrow, hey? You call me tomorrow, hey? This makes Joseph laugh so hard, and the bike tumble over with his laughing. And then Whoosh falls down laughing too. I rode the bike, he shouts. A smile lights his face. the bike. He jumps up. He lifts it, brushes leaves off the seat and the fender. Then Tomorrow Hay and Whoosh take turns riding till the round moon rises above. The end. May Amongst the Stars is about Dr. Mae Jemison. Mae Carol Jemison was born October 17th, 1956 in Decatur, Alabama. Mae always loved science. She loved being outside and looking up at the stars, knowing that one day she would travel to space. Mae is highly educated. She graduated from Morgan Park High School in 1973, and at the incredible age of 16, she enrolled at Stanford University, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in chemical engineering in 1977. After Mae got her MD in 1981 from Cornell Medical College, she briefly worked as a general practitioner before leaving to work with the Peace Corps as a medical officer in Liberia and Sierra Leone. When she returned home, Mae decided to follow her childhood dream of going to space, and she accomplished many firsts. She applied to NASA's astronaut training program and on June 4th, 1987 was accepted. She became the first African American female astronaut. On September 12th, 1992, Mae's dream finally came true when she traveled to space on the Shuttle Endeavour mission STS-47. It was then that Mae officially became the first African American woman in space. Mae left NASA in 1993 and became the first real astronaut to act in an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Today, she heads the Jameson Group and the Dorothy Jameson Foundation for Excellence. Mae speaks fluent Russian, Japanese, and Swahili.
I hope you enjoyed the episode. See you next week.